Hey friends, it's Evie with Happily Even After, telling you and sharing with you how you can have a great life even after a divorce of many decades and or after infidelity and moving on. So today I am going to talk about what not to do when you catch your spouse cheating, or if you've caught them and you're kind of in the aftermath and you're trying to figure out what to do. Friend, let me tell you, I'm going to give you 3 things not to do. And I did all of them. I did all of the wrong things for many years while my husband had affairs. And there was a little girl inside of me that wanted my marriage to work at all costs. Now that I'm out of it, after 26 years, I finally divorced. Now that I'm out of it, I realize I did everything wrong. Like I did everything wrong. And the thing is, if I would have done all the right things, I probably would have been divorced many years before. But here we are. I learned so much in the middle of the mess. And now I journey with others as they walk out of the pain of infidelity, walk out of, like I said, decades-long divorce. And I want to encourage you, because there is life on the other side of the hurt and the pain and the trauma of finding out about infidelity and going through a divorce. There's good life, really good life. You're still here. You were created with a purpose, for a purpose, and you have lots of life left to live. So 3 things not to do when you catch your spouse in an affair is one, don't feel sorry for them. We have a tendency to it's a trauma bond in some ways, to feel sorry for them, like, oh, they did it because they're hurt in childhood, or oh, they just made a mistake, as if they were walking along one day and like tripped over something and just fell into the lap of that other woman. It doesn't happen that way. We want to believe it happens that way, because if it happened that way, it makes more sense of how the love of our life could betray us in the way they did or do. So don't feel sorry for them, because when you do that, you're playing into their I don't know, like trickery and mind trickery is the nice way to put it. Of course, there's always the extenuating circumstance of maybe your spouse is horrified and broken and traumatized at what they did, and they've confessed and they've come to you and they've repented and they want to change, and they hand over their phone, their keys, and they come to you. I'm talking about the spouse that you found out, and now you are looking up and down and in and out of for every indication to find out every detail of this affair that you've discovered. Friend, if they didn't come tell you, most likely, they're not wanting it to end. But I'm not talking about 100% of the time, because there's not 100% of the time, but the majority of the time, if you caught them, they weren't trying to get out of the affair. So the first thing is, don't feel sorry for them. And the second thing is, don't mistake their emotion for regret or hurt of you, because most likely, if you caught them, their emotion is for themselves, because they got caught. They're most likely not mourning your sadness. If they were worried about your sadness and your feelings, they wouldn't have had the affair in the first place, right? So Don't mistake their emotion for sadness. And if it is sadness, it's probably over the fact that they're upset that they have to call it off with that person and that you've kind of upset that part. And now they have to do something different. Friend, it's a hard truth. It's a hard truth, and you don't want to believe it. You want to think, this person that I married, this person that I pledged my life to, my love to, that have been with them for how many ever years and how long, and you thought they were your soulmate, and you thought you trust them with your whole life. I understand. I was in the same place. And I don't even know that my husband showed a whole lot of emotion, but I read into it everything I wanted. Like I said, I'm the picture perfect candidate of what all the wrong things to do are, and I did them. The next thing, the third thing is, I want to encourage you, do not let them decide if they're going to stay with you or go with the other person. Friend, if your spouse is trying to decide if they're going to go with you or the other person, they already decided, right? They already decided. Friend, I encourage you, it's time to move on. And what I want you to know is there is life on the other side. I promise there's really good life. If you'll subscribe, you'll get updates of when my next videos are coming out. I have other content just like this that tells more of my story and more of what not to do or how to move forward, and letting you know there's really good life after this. I know it's hard to see when you're in the middle of it because it's so brutally painful, but friend, I'm here to tell you there is life after adultery. There's life after divorce, and it's a really good life. And I journey with people every single day to move forward into the life you love, the life they love. So subscribe, hit the like button, and click the link in my bio and find out more ways that you can join me and get more info on how to move forward. I promise, friend, there's great life out there. There is a happily even after. See you next time.